Alright, we've been towed into the station, and this is the hangar. Now, ship fitting. Okay, this will make or break your ship. I don't care how expensive, how classy, how fancy your ship is. If you have a bad fitting, you're gonna die. This little button right here in the station tab, with the ship and the circle and everything, that brings up your fitting screen. Now, you're going to find a lot of bro science in this. Everybody has their own philosophies and the way they want to do this, but the quickest rundown is up here. This is your high slots. This is where guns go. This is where probe launchers go, that sort of thing. Also, you can put drone upgrades, which are your killer robots, which, now that I remember, I forgot to put in that training video. Anyway, mid slots. This is where your electronics boosting comes into play. This is where your electronic warfare, like jammers and things like that, come in. My micro warp drive's in the mid slot. And the way you can tell what slot an item takes up is when you, let's just say, you right click it, show info, and you just go to the fitting tab. Requires a medium power slot. It requires 50 TF, I don't know what TF stands for, of CPU, and it requires 173 megawatts of power grid, which is the red. So kind of like mana and health, whatever. You have a set number of power grid and CPU you can spend on each ship, and there's a whole list of skills that actually upgrade the amount of power and CPU you have available to a ship. Those are your fitting skills. Don't worry too much about those right now, but they are a few of them that are essential to get to 5 if you want to fly the really good ships. You can see I have a bunch of different fittings for a bunch of different types of ships. Like here I have a Talos. Now you can go into the fitting simulator and you can fit a ghost version of any ship in the game. That's a Talos. It's a sniper ship. It does rail guns. It's pretty cool. It's a Galenti, but don't worry about that. Here Amarr right now. So we can go to my Oracle fit. That's an Oracle battlecruiser. It can actually hold battleship-sized guns, large, but it's just a cruiser. It's just a really heavy gun weapon platform made of paper, and it does a lot of damage. Let's see. But there's a lot of different types of ships in the game. So what we're going to do is you open up the market, or you can hit Alt-R, as you can see in that pop-up tab, but we're going to open up the market, and here in Amarr you're going to be able to shop for literally anything in the game because, as I said, this is a major trade hub. Now, skills are found here, and you'll just sort by type there. Ships, you find something you want to fly here. We can go in here, standard battleships, Amarr. Here's the Abaddon battleship. This thing's made of hatred and sunburn and has a lot of armor to spare. It looks like a giant cow, but it hits like a truck and it takes a lot of damage. But let's go, and I'm just going to put your ship together in front of you right here, and you can see what we do here. So you're going to be able to fly a frigate. Frigates are the tiniest ships. You'll go into standard frigates because obviously you can't fly a covert ops or a stealth bomber or electronic attack frigate yet. But then you're going to go to Amarr because that's the kind you're wanting to fly. There's a bunch you have to choose from here. I'm just going to get you a Punisher and hope you can fly it. Punisher's a really cheap ship. Shit. Amarr, Punisher. Okay, as you can see, this ship, the current going price, and these are all people selling this. Nothing in the game is generated. If people ever quit selling this and it gets rare, the price will just continue to climb. It's 100% capitalism. People have buy orders up for this ship. They're trying to pay $350,000 when this guy is wanting to sell for $424,000. So I'm just gonna right click buy, and now I have that Punisher in my ship hangar. That's your inventory. Ship hangar is that, and you double click it, and you double click again you gotta assemble it, and then you gotta get into it. This is your ship. You'll notice it has absolutely nothing on it. It has no slots. It has 2 medium slots. It has 5 lows. It has 3 rig slots, and it has 4 high slots. Now, what we're going to do is, let's see, you can right click and name your ship whatever you want. I'm just going to name it Persis for now, I guess. And then now we got to buy fittings. This works exactly like those old Armored Core games we used to play as kids. You fit your ship together, and if I can keep my windows from snapping together. Okay. And after all this, if you decide that you hate the game, at least you'll know you hate it for good reason instead of just the learning curve. Let's see. Okay, now you want to go into ship equipment now. And turrets and bays. And pulse lasers are the way to go with tiny ships like this. They track really fast and they shoot like machine guns. Here you're going to be able to tell, okay, my ship has enough power grid, my ship has enough CPU, and then you have the skills trained to use this particular gun. And I'm just going to get, it doesn't really have to be anything special. You can train them to get Tech 2 guns later, and they're so much better. They murder face. Yeah, I'm just going to get the Gatling pulse lasers. View details. These are $9,999 each. And I'm going to click buy this, but you notice I have 4 high slots, so I'm going to get 4 of them instead of just 1. Hit enter. Those get delivered to my item hangar from the seller. And, oh, you're breaking the bank. I got 638 million left. Oh God. Okay. And you're just going to drag these one by one onto your ship. Alright, there's your guns. Now, what is every gun need? It needs ammo. So we're going to go to ammunition and charges and frequency crystals. That's what Amarr use. I'm going to use standard crystals on you, small, because this is a frigate. And I personally like multi-frequency because it does a lot of damage, but you got to be really close. It's like a shotgun. Ultraviolet, it's kind of a medium ground. You get slight knock to your range, but it reduces the capacitor need, which is your battery. What I'm going to suggest is multi-frequency for now, though, because you're going to be close, and you're going to buy 4 of those as well. See how that gets delivered right to your item hangar. Just going to drag and drop those, and it loads it into your ammo bays. Now, medium slots. What a lot of people like to do is put prop mods in there, and that's what we're going to do. Ship propulsion, ship equipment, then you're going to go to propulsion. And this can be a little bit tedious, but once you study the modules and understand what they all do, it'll be all the more rewarding, because you'll see yourself just sitting in a station playing with your fitting screen, trying to figure out just a way to eke out just a little bit more damage or a little bit more tank, or make it go a little bit faster. It's a really rewarding process if you apply yourself to it. We only need one prop mod. 10,000 MNs for capital ships, 100 MNs for battleships, and then 10 MNs for cruisers and battle cruisers, and then 1 MN, that's metanewtons, that's going to be for your frigate. And we're just going to drag and drop. Drag and drop. I don't know what else we can fit at your skill level, so I'm just going to enter simulation mode, go over here to hardware, and it's going to make suggestions for things that I can put into the medium slots, like yeah, stasis web of fire should be good. I can't guarantee you'll be able to use it right now, but once you train that skill, it'll let you slow your target down a little bit, and you can kind of keep it where you want it, is what that does. So we're going to go back to ship equipment in the market. Propulsion, no, that's electronic warfare, my bad. Stasis web of fire, civilian stasis web of fire, I guarantee you can use that one. Civilian mods are for training people. Yes, I know, it's a high price. 18,000-isk, whatever am I gonna do? Alright. Whoops. Exit simulation mode. Yes, exit simulation mode. In simulation mode, you're not actually putting it on your ship, you're just seeing what it's going to do. So I'm trying to actually fit it to the ship, that's what's going on. Alright, now low slots. I can't guarantee you're going to be able to do a lot of this, but you can see how your ship has turrets now, the spinning Gatling lasers and everything. Now this is a tiny nothing ship, it doesn't cost anything. If you lose it, you're out maybe $1 million ISK. I don't know. I don't even think you've spent that much yet, because those guns were 18,000 each, 9,000 on a $420,000 ship. As you can see, 20 million will keep you set for a little while. Okay, and for ship equipment, what we're going to do is go to hull and armor, because Amarr, most of their ships are armor tank. What we're going to do is we're going to get you a small armor repair, because you're going to get hurt in combat. It's a guarantee. You're going to lose ships. They're going to go up in flames. It's best to just kind of come to terms with that. Now this armor repair, what it's going to do is pump nanobots into the crevices of your damaged armor, and they're going to stitch it back together real time in combat. And you can right click that module and click show info. This module uses nano assemblers to repair damage done to armor of the ship. As your second bar of health goes, you start turning that on until you're back to full health, then you turn it off to save your battery. It's just little robots that it uses to fix your thing. Alright, we're going to use armor hardeners. Let's see. I don't think you can use reactive armor hardeners yet. I don't know. Reactive armor hardeners, badass. If you can, hell yeah. Yeah, Hull upgrades 3. It looks like it's something a newbie would have. I'm gonna go ahead and spend $600,000 on one module for your ship just because I can. Okay, you're gonna turn this on in combat. You're just gonna click it, and what that's gonna do is make your armor shift its resistances. This module is it's sleeper technology. It's really good. Fitting attributes. Let's see. This module spreads 60% resistance over the 4 damage types, starting at 15 each. So when you first turn it on, you got an extra 15% resistance to EM damage, extra 15 to thermal, extra 15 to kinetic, extra 15 to explosive. And as you get shot, what that's going to do is it's going to shift to the damage that's incoming. And it's going to apply the full 60% to the 2 types of damage that your enemies are shooting at you at the time, which is going to make you a lot harder to hurt, which is fucking excellent. I'm really excited you can use that, actually. It's really high-end mod. I use it on my Harb Navy. I mean, I use that exact one on my Harb Navy. Actually, I'm going to buy a few more to take back to Nirvana with me. Let's buy 8. That way I have a nice stack. Alright. Engineering equipment. I don't think we need engineering equipment right now. Let's go back to hull and armor. And energize plating. Energize adaptive plating. Alright. Basic. Energize adaptive nano plating 2. Alright, I'm gonna buy that. It's 150,000. I'm gonna buy that. Drop it in your low slots. Now what that does is it spreads a bunch of extra damage resistance to that, right? And you can see how your resist went up. Now let's get a little bit more DPS out of your guns. Let's lasers generate a lot of heat, so what you're gonna do is do heat sinks. That's in actually I shouldn't do the search. I need to show you where it's located. Sorry, I slip into being a bad teacher. Let's see. You're going to close energy turrets, and you're just going to go to weapon upgrades. Heat sinks are the way to go with Amarr ships, because they speed up the rate of fire. They speed up your rate of fire and your damage. And I'm just going to buy you 2. And we're just going to drag and drop those. And you see how with my skills you're doing 90.8 DPS, but you're probably going to be doing about, I don't know, 50, 60, I'm not sure. I've trained for quite a long time to be perfect in these ships, but you're just starting out, no big deal. So what I'm going to do here is, you see how you have these rig slots. These are modifications you make to your ship. These cannot be taken out like these can. Like you can see, I can just unfit that module. It goes back here. Alright. Now, these are actually like you jury rigging and doing Firefly level splices to your ship. Ship modifications. What we're going to do is go to energy weapon rigs, small energy weapon rigs. And we're just going to do 2 collision accelerators because you're a man and you like to destroy shit. Energy collision accelerator just ups your damage. Normally I wouldn't suggest going with 4 damage mods, but you're a new guy and you know you're fine. Because diminishing returns, these speed up your cycles on your gun. These make each shot count more. Alright, and then we're going to do tracking. Let's see if we can, let's speed up the tracking of your weapons. Burst ambit extension, what does that do? Increase the accuracy fall off range of the ship's energy turrets at the expense of increased power grid need for them. Locus coordinator. That's optimal range. Metastasis adjuster. Increase tracking speed for the... Okay, tracking speed is a necessary thing because... God, it's hot in this office. Okay, I'm just going to buy you one of those. Actually, you've only got... You're actually full on your calibration. I guess you're just going to have to be okay with doing 101 DPS, which is actually pretty good for a frigate. For most frigates, anyway. Alright, you can see we spent almost all of our CPU and all of our, and only about half of our power grid. So we're just going to close that. Your ship's fit now. Close the market. Close that crap. And there's your ship. It's ready to kick ass. Actually, it's a good idea. Let's just name it Kick Ass. Alright. What I'm going to do is drag this into my ship hangar and put it into my Harbinger Navy. And I'll leave that here. And actually I'm going to put it in the hull of your Punisher. And I'm going to take out my Federation Navy plating, and I'm actually going to put I'm going to put one of those reactive armor hardeners in there. And you see my resistor about the same as yours, like 60, you know, low 60s or low 70s is really good. And once this reactive armor hardener does its magic, that EHP is going to raise to like 70. But this video's gone long enough. I think I've covered mostly the basics. So I'm going to go ahead and